Myself, like 14 million other British people, making New Year's resolutions to start putting in place in January. And we all do it, but so many of us our resolutions fall by the wayside, and we don't see them to fruition. And in actual fact, the majority of the 14 million people who've set their resolutions for the 1st of January have given up by the 19th of January, which is less than 3 weeks into the new year, but they've given up by the 19th of January. And the 19th of January is actually now known as Quitter's Day, because that is the most common time for the resolutions to be jacked in. So why do we jack them in so quickly? Well, I believe that it's because we make too many resolutions and we try to tackle them all at the same time. So our list may consist of, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to give up smoking, I'm going to stop drinking, I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week, I'm going to take up yoga, I'm going to read more, I'm going to watch less television. So those are just examples. They're not mine. They might not be yours, but they're examples. So we've got that whole list of, 10, 11, 12 resolutions, and we try to tackle them all on the 1st of January. And after a few hours, if we're giving up smoking or, trying to eat healthily, because, we're going through detox, cold turkey, what have you, we instantly, the body's not reacting well. And then, we're adding in trying to go to the gym and things like that. And after a few hours, by lunchtime on New Year's Day, we're potentially already exhausted and really fed up. But we persevere because it's our New Year's resolution. And we become more exhausted, by trying to push them through and force ourselves to do them. And we actually become resentful of the new habits we're trying to put into place. And we end up just saying, can't do it, not doing it, not possible, give up. So that is why so few of us get past the 19th of January. So the other reason we find it impossible is we don't plan how we're going to take the resolutions forward. We don't plan. We so for instance, giving up smoking, we just give up smoking. We don't think about if we're going to use a replacement gum or try acupuncture to help us, or we just stop smoking. So we don't plan how we're going to do it. And that means, it's like going from 100 miles an hour to an emergency stop. It's painful, it's hard, it doesn't sit very well. So whereas if we took a little bit more time to plan how we were going to make the changes, they'd become a lot easier, because we'd be able to take the baby steps to get them nailed. So again, we're launching ourselves into, one of the 20 resolutions, and we don't know how we're doing them. We're just lurching from day to day without really fully understanding what or how we're doing it. And again, we become resentful, we become exhausted, and we give up. So how can we take our resolutions forward past Quitter's Day and make sure that come the end of the year, the end of 2021, for example, or the end of 2022, whenever you're watching this, how we can make sure we do actually see our resolutions through to fruition? So the first thing I believe we should do is to break down our resolutions into an order of priority. So I want to eat healthily and lose weight is probably your most important one, because your health comes in with that one. And if your health is good, then everything else will be that little bit easier, because you'll have more energy, more focus and things like that, and everything else will be much easier. So for example, your health and new food regime is going to be the one you start off with. So that is all you focus on for the month of January, because it takes 30 days to form a new habit. So by doing that over the 30 days, you can give that resolution your full and thorough undivided attention. Other ones aren't coming in and taking over your life. You're focusing on one resolution. And then at the end of that 30 days, you will have formed a new habit of eating healthily, avoiding processed food and sugary things like that. And I know that works because obviously that's the ethos of my 30 Days to Fabulous program that I run. Whereas we focus on how we're feeling and we do it for a month. And at the end of the month, we know what we should be eating and what food works for us and things like that. So the end of January, you're feeling really good. You've accomplished one of your resolutions. And then what you can do for February is move on to the next resolution. You'll already be able to keep the habit you've started in January up and running because you've been doing it for 30 days. So it's already a habit. And it means you don't have to think about it as much while you focus on the new habit you're trying to form, which may be you're going to give up smoking. If you've already started to be healthier with the food you're eating, you actually might find this one a little bit easier, or the same with reducing the amount of alcohol you drink or eating chocolate, because you're in a healthier place. Actually, other resolutions may become easier because you don't want to do them as much because you've actually done a lot of the underneath work beforehand. So, if you want to watch less television as one of your resolutions, it's not a good idea to do that while you're doing something else because, if you're trying to eat healthily, they just don't work together. So it's better to work one at a time. And then so you've got January under your belt, then you hit another target in February and you feel better. And then that urges you on. You've got a real impetus to go on to March and try something else. So by breaking these resolutions up into month by month tasks, at the end of each month, you get a huge thumbs up because you've done it. Gives you the boost to carry on for the next month. And it keeps those little buzzes and those little successes and those little victories and that little yes feeling going the whole way through the year, rather than just for a short burst where you've tried it all, given it up. So by doing the bite-size resolutions throughout the year, you end up not as exhausted, more determined, they're easier to be accomplished, and the victory feeling spreads out throughout the whole year, not just a little bit here and a little bit there. So that's how I believe we can all see our resolutions past Quitter's Day, is to break them down into small chunks. And also, because you're breaking them down into small chunks, you can plan how you're going to tackle them a bit better. And you can see what's working in your plan and what isn't working in your plan. And you can adjust your plan as you go through the month so that by the end of the month, you've got a plan that's working and your achievement comes to fruition. So this is Alex trying to help you find your fabulous, and I hope you found that helpful and you can put some of it into practice, and I'll see you on the other side of Quitter's Day with all our resolutions in place. Thanks a lot.